you worked on the Springsteen movie, which I'm very,
Did
very curious about. Are you the dad? Are you Bruce's dad in that one?
I do? Yeah, yeah. I
What
played with that, and that was a wonderful thing that came through Scott Cooper,
Scott Cooper, yeah.
who's a wonderful man, an absolutely beautiful man, and a fantastic director. And we were looking to work together for a while. I was supposed to do something for him a long time ago, but due to work commitments and other things, it was unable to happen. But we
Right.
spent a lot of time having conversations about this particular role, and it just unfortunately it didn't pan out for me that way. But he did say, "Look, we will work together at some point." And then I got a phone call from him, and he just said, "Look, I've wrote this script with Bruce, and I've got this really nice piece." And when I was thinking and when I was writing about the father, you came into my head, which was a huge honor. Do you know what I mean?
And anybody that knows, I mean, I'm a big Bruce fan, knows anything about him and his history with his dad. I mean, that I would imagine is a very significant part, this relationship in the film. Uh,
Huge, yeah, yeah, it
yeah.
really is, Josh. It's integral. There's not loads to do, and there's not huge scenes, but it's integral to the core of who he is and his story. And when he said that to me, and I was like, yeah, being honoured. I read the script. The script was fantastic. And Jeremy Allen White, who I'm a huge fan of, I think he's a wonderful actor. He's an amazing actor. He's brilliant. He's like, to me, he's that new wave of like Pacino's and De Niro's of today. Do you know what I mean? Him and
Yeah.
Timothy Chalamet, I just think they're outstanding, the both of them. And that's kind of, they're that new ilk coming through from America for me, and I just think they're wonderful. So to work with someone like him as well was a joy and an honor. But also, what Scott said to me as well was a lot of my stuff would be with young Bruce, and that was joyous. You know, the stuff in the 50s, that was absolutely joyous. And to try and find this man who was, no, he was an alcoholic. He was a manic depressive. He suffered from schizophrenia. He wasn't well. He wasn't a well man. And to be able to try and tap in and tell that story for me was a huge honor. And then to meet Bruce,
I was going to say, it seems like he was on set quite a bit. So yeah,
he
what's that
he
like?
was, yeah, he was, and it was just. I mean, he sent me a text, which it's very personal. It was just so beautiful. Um, but for me to be able to do justice to, oh, the light went in, for me to be able to do justice to what was on that page, and for him to say to me that I'd encapsulated the presence and the order of his father was a huge honor. It really was, and you couldn't get any bigger compliment. You know what I mean? And Bruce is, I mean, let's face it, in the same ilk as De Niro and Pacino for me, he's an icon.
Yeah.
He's a huge icon. But again, like both of those men as well, he has such humility and such dignity and such grace. But his humility, I was so touched by his humility, so touched by it.
Yeah, I got one of the highlights in my career was visiting his home in Jersey and interviewing him there. And my God, like what he has contributed to my life and like anybody my age and under, it's just like he's the real deal. So I'm
He
very,
really is, isn't he, Josh?
yeah, yeah.
And it's not. We're not just saying it. I don't think. Yeah, he really is, and he's iconic. For Christ's sake, he's iconic.
And he's
He's an
texting
icon.
you. You're you're
Yeah,
living the dream, man.
I know. That's one of those moments again where, like I said to you earlier on. Sorry, I'll just try and put this light back on.
Yeah, thanks.
For the surreal kind of, for me. Oh, hang on. Yeah, for me, that whole kind of. Bruce Springsteen sent me a text. I can't get over it. It's like mad. It's really mad.
Yeah,
It's
who is
really
that for
strange.
you? Is that because I've had this conversation with folks like who is the person that when you get a text from in your life, because you probably got a bunch that still breaks your brain in half. How do I know this person? How does this person know me?
I think it was the Bruce one for
It's
me. The
Bruce.
Bruce
Yeah.
one was like because and how that came about as well. He was like because he we were on set and we were just talking, and he said, "I'm playing Liverpool. I'm playing Liverpool." I went, "Yeah, you're playing at Anfield, aren't you?" And he was like, "Yeah." He went, "Do you want to go?" I went, "You're kidding me? I'd love to come." And he went, "Give us your phone." And I was like, "What?" And he went, "Gives you." I went, "Oh," and I got my phone. I was like, "Yeah." And he went, "He went, right. There's my number." And I was like, thank you. But then, you know, when you don't want to text them, they give you your number and you
Oh,
don't
of
want to
course.
text them.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, I'm never going to text them. And then the next minute, I think that same night, bing, and I've gone, oh shit, and it was Bruce, and I'm
Does
like,
it say, does it just say Bruce or the whole name?
I've put the whole name. Just
Okay.
it says, but yeah, it's Bruce. And I was like, oh shit, it's Bruce. And it was like, hey, lovely, great seeing today. Well done, lovely talking to you. Can't wait. Yeah, I'll see you next week. And I was like, and then I'm like, oh shit, now I respond. Okay, thank you. Yeah, brilliant. So yeah, it was mad.
Yeah, it's like calling back the girlfriend at 15 years old. Like, what do I say? It's like you're back
Yeah,
to that kid. Yeah, right.
yeah. That
Oh,
panic attack.